Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Mia. I'm back again. Hello. Please ignore whatever is happening here because I don't know. Ooh, it's like a strange film from my lighting set on my glasses. Ooh, Ray-Bans out here fucking me up. I'm still somehow recovering from a chest infection. Apologies. In today's video, I want to talk about transitioning without hormones. And first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to Casey Blake, who is a YouTuber, and she made a video, I think a couple of years ago now, called Transitioning Without HRT, which helped me so much when I first started transitioning and I was first coming out and all sort of fun stuff. I will link that video down below, or have it on a card, something. I'll have it somewhere, which I think you should really check out if, you know, just check it out. Watch this video, then go watch that video. She's amazing. Subscribe to her, she's great. Okay, a couple of things. So I came out in 2016, I think in October, yes, October 2016. Yes, 2016 October. It's been, yeah, and it was it was a very odd time for me because I had just broken up with a partner. Well, no, he dumped me, huge difference. So I had just been dumped at the beginning of October, and then I realized that I couldn't do the whole lie anymore. You know, we'll talk about my coming out story, I think, in a different video, because it's lengthy and confusing and just very convoluted. But, you know, major life trauma made me realise that I wanted to live my authentic life. So at the end of October of 2016, I went to the doctor and, you know, was like, I'm trans, help me. But I did a lot of research prior to that. I was actually diagnosed with gender dysphoria by a therapist when I was like 16. So I think, you know, I forget my age all the time. I have no idea how old I am. But you know what? It's been a couple of years. It had been a couple of years since being diagnosed to like physically doing anything. I think it was like 3 to 4 years since till I actually did something. And the first thing that you want to do is, you know, I started researching about gender identity clinics, started researching about, you know, how the transition process happens in the UK, etc., etc. But one of the key things that I realised is that the wait list for any gender identity clinic is so long, horrifically long. Like, I think I was referred to, I still technically am referred to the Daventry the Daventry GIC, and their wait list I think is 37 months or something like that. I was like, no. And soon, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot of months. But initially it was like a 13-month wait list. So I was like, that's great, I can deal with that. That gives me enough time to live in my preferred gender for a year. So the end of October, early November, I came out to my company where I still work, and they were amazing. I have a wonderful manager who, like, you know, helped me throughout the entire process, who I work with on a daily basis. So very lucky to have her. My MD and my director's team are amazing. So thank God I have such a, you know, accepting company to work for, because not a lot of companies are that accepting, even though technically it's illegal not to be that accepting. I don't know what's going on there, but my company's great. But so yeah, I came out and I said, look, and I told the rest of my team, I work in advertising, so I told the rest of my team, and I was like, you know, look, I'm gonna start looking a bit different, I'm gonna start dressing a bit different. This is my new name, Mia Weston. Hello. A lot of people said I sound like a porn star. I was like, no, darling, I'm royal too. Yeah, so I started dressing differently. I would always wear trousers or, like, you know, wide leg jeans and like trainers and stuff. the only thing I really changed is wearing skinny jeans, to be honest with you. I literally this is like a men's double XL jumper, which is wonderful. I just wear it with leggings and like some sneakers most of the time. So I think I didn't make that much of a drastic change. I think I just wanted perceptions of people to change and perceive me differently. So that was great. And then I started transitioning socially as well, because prior to this I would just go to work in female attire and etc etc. But say if I was nipping into the city centre and just buying something, or going to the shops or whatever, I would still be dressing and to be perceived male. Then that really started to change like within the first 3 months coming out, so early 2017. And started dressing differently, wearing makeup, things like that. But one of the key things for me was, sorry if you think I keep looking like down here, it's I have a notebook. One of the key things I did was my legal name change, my deed poll. In the UK, there is no, there's no technical legal manner of which to change your name. People constantly think you have to go to a solicitor and things like that, but you really don't. I went online, found a company which I can't remember, but I will link them down below. And I think I paid £26 or something stupid, and I got something like fairly cheap. And then I said, this is my old name, this is my new name, yeah, I just started to use my new name. In order to change your name legally in the UK, you just have to start using a new name. And once you have a deed poll, which is a recognised legal document in the UK, you can give that to you can send it off to the DVLA, get a new licence, give it to your bank, change your bank names, get new cards, things like that. So within the first few months, I had changed my name, I had gotten a new identification for everything, and I'm done. The only time I ever need to show my identity is my driver's licence, which has my name on it, and it has Miss Mia Weston. It doesn't even have it has female prefix at the beginning of it. Yeah, my gender is male on it. Your prefix, so Miss, Mr, Ms, whatever, is again not a legal requirement. You can change that. It doesn't necessarily have to correlate with your sex, and I think people perceive it to be, but it's not. You can change it, it's fine. I think initially when I changed everything with the NHS, they changed it to MX, but now it's Miss. So I don't know what's going on with the NHS, to be honest with you. They sort of do their own thing. So yeah, changing my name, that was really key for me. And the next big thing for me was to look into sort of what to do, how to transition with the NHS, look at timelines, things like that. And that is the bit that scares you, because I think right now, one of my friends posted on Facebook actually that the Daventry GIC is still 37 months, and they're only just starting to look at applications received in 2016, which is crazy to me. It's ridiculous, but they're understaffed or whatever, that's their own deal. I'll make a different video on how I transitioned without the NHS, but when you're first getting started, it's doing things that make you feel more comfortable. One of the key things that I had was my friends. I had really, really good friends who really helped me out in the sense of waxing. One of my closest and dearest friends to this day still waxes me. I don't go to a professional lady, because what's the point? Yeah, so I have a really good friend who does my waxing for me, whether it's my back, my abdomen, my legs, whatever. She's great. Whether it's, having friends to go makeup shopping with you and say, look, these brands are really good, etc., etc. Or the same friend who does my waxing is basically my dermatologist. She taught me all about skin, how to take care of my skin, all that sort of fun stuff. And thankfully, I have pretty good skin. I was just looking at the viewfinder, sorry. Thankfully I have really good skin, which is a big thing for me because I didn't always have good skin. Oh no, I've ruined the whatever this is. I guess, yes, legal name change, makeup, you know, if you're comfortable wearing makeup. But one thing I will say is, don't put yourself in immediate danger. Like, you know, if you feel like you don't necessarily live in the safest of places, like where I live, like my area is wonderful. I live in a quite a affluent area. It's very nice. I have like a nice home, whatever. But going into the city centre where I live is crime riddled, to say the least. I don't particularly like going there, but I would never venture out alone there, etc., etc. So, you know, wearing like a full face of makeup but still seeing my beard line, I just wouldn't do it because I was like, no. I've been previously, like, I've had a homophobic hate crime, I've been physically assaulted, like, you know, I've had a lot of things happen to me in this city centre of mine, so I don't particularly like going there, or, you know, gallivanting around, or, like, you know, whatever. So, you know, make sure you're always safe. Don't put yourself in a situation where you may be attacked for any particular reason. I mean, people always think London is this wonderful metropolitan place, but my head office for my work is in London, and if I go there in particular clothing or, you know, whatever, I do get stares walking down the street and things like that, and it's very, to be careful as the area you're in, because I don't play no games, because no. You know, and one big thing is look into LGBT groups. One of the key things that was really big for me is looking into sort of like West Midlands and looking into like where trans people are meeting, or something, like, you know, there's a lot of like groups and stuff out there that can really help you. And just sometimes meeting other trans people, like, other than the internet, is it really helps. It really helps pull into focus that you're not alone, and you are sort of, you have this small knit community around you that is someone who is like you. And then the next thing you know, you're all knowledge sharing, and then you are talking about, oh, you know, have you heard of the gender GP? You can go private. I did that. Oh, or like, you know, this laser company is great. That woman, this particular woman is so trans friendly. Oh, this hair salon's amazing. And it's little things you don't think of when going to like, you know, I get waxed at home because all the waxing salons in my area and generally around sort of the West Midlands area they're not exactly that trans friendly, so I don't go to them. And, you know, places like getting my nails, and I go to one place because one particular nail technician is amazing and she's so trans friendly. And it's little things like that, and telling people where you go to do these things, like, you know, you're keeping your community safe, you're increasing local business, which is great for the economy. You know, it's little things like that. So look into your local area and say, look, you know, or the LGBT centres, or LGBT, like, you know, West Midlands, or, you know, Greater London, or whatever, like in the general area where you live. It really helps. But the key thing about anything, if you're even thinking about transitioning or questioning your gender, go to your GP and just be like, this is how I'm feeling, and I would like to be referred to a gender identity clinic. There is a very long, laborious form that the GP will have to fill out. My GP just gave me the form and I filled it in myself. So, like, you know, it's very different per surgery. A lot of my friends have actually filled in the form themselves as well and just handed it in and said, look, this is what you need. There you go. It's not accessible to the general public, so just have a very frank conversation with your GP. A lot of GPs aren't necessarily at the forefront of their mind. They don't know what to do with trans patients, don't know how to react, etc. I personally was the first ever trans patient that my GP dealt with, and he is an old person. He's in his like mid to late 50s, and yeah, like, he's been a practicing GP for years. So I don't know. It varies on GPs. One of my dear friends is actually having difficulties with her GP getting prescribed hormones, etc., etc. So it's it varies, but you can do it. I think the sooner you start transitioning without hormones, the easier it will be mentally. But yes, I ramble so much, it's unreal. But okay, I feel like this video isn't that informative, but oh well, it's still a video, there you are, have fun. I will link Casey Blake's video down below and a couple of other videos that I might find that I really watched and then that really helped me. And then you can have a little browse, have a little perusal, and yeah, you know, the usual, like, comment, subscribe. I have my my social media where I post quite frequently, whether it's Snap stories, Insta stories, things like that. Down below, stalk me, do whatever you want. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. I have my lovely plants behind me. They're not real, but they look pretty. You can't actually see, but there's this potpourri in the middle there. It smells wonderful. Right, I shall see you all in about a week. I pre-film and pre-record, so I don't know when this will actually go out, so see you soon.